Hi students, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we are going to cover some important services provided by operating systems that are very important for your college level examination. So in operating system lecture series, this is our lecture number 5, and if you forgot to watch previous 4 lectures that are very important, you can check the description box. I have already added the link there. So, as we have discussed so many times that operating system is nothing but it is an interface between the user of a computer and hardware or system of a computer. So, operating system is used to provide services to both the user as well as hardware and computer programs. So, operating system provide program and environment to execute. So as computer science students, you must all know what are the computer programs. And to execute any computer program, any computer programming language, you need a separate environment. So operating system is the only one system that helps a user to create or make an environment that helps us to execute the proper environment for that particular program. Also, it provides some services to users and the service to execute the program in a convenient manner. So let's say I'm writing a program in C or C++. I'm a computer user, computer programmer, so I want to execute that particular program. So only operating system is the one thing that helps me to execute my program in a convenient manner. Along with this, you should know that applications access these services through application programming interface or some system calls. By invoking those interfaces, the application can request a service from the operating system, pass parameters, and acquire the operation outcomes. So other than these services, we have 7 more services that are very important. First is program execution. Another is input output operations, file system manipulation, communication, error detection, resource allocation, and protection. So, first we have is program execution. Let's discuss this in detail. So, operating system is basically used to handle many kinds of activity. Basically, that activities include from user programs to system programs. Okay, so these activities include printer spooler, or printer spooling, you can say, name servers, file servers, etc. Okay, so all these services are under this category user program to system programs. So each of these activity is encapsulated as a process. So all these activities are encapsulated. What is the meaning of encapsulation? It is very important term in computer science. Okay, so encapsulation is like a capsule where we have collected all important properties, all important rules, regulations, or all important activities all together and run it as a whole. So all these activities are collected as encapsulated as a process. So basic function of program execution include it helps us to load a program into memory. Whenever we want to load a program into our computer's memory, then program execution service helps us. It also helps us to execute the program. It provides a mechanism for deadlock handling also. Right. So second service is input output operation. So input output operation is also responsible for input output devices handling and their corresponding driver softwares. Okay, so you should know that every input output device have some driver softwares, and whenever we want our operating system to handle all these devices, we must hand over these we must hand over its driver softwares to the operating system, and it is taken under the category of input output operations. So drivers hide some peculiarities of specific hardware devices from the users, and operating system manages the communication between user and device drivers. So operating system is an again interface between the users and the software users are using their device drivers. Okay, next type is file system manipulation. So a file represents what? It represents a collection of some related information. Let's say in my computer system, I have a file where I have saved all my images, another file where I have saved all my favorite songs, another we have some videos selection, a videos collection. Okay, so file system manipulation. Computers can store files on the disk, that is the secondary storage, for long storage purposes. For example, storage media like magnetic tape, magnetic disk, optical disk driver, CD, DVD, etc. Each of these medias has its own properties. Like a CD have different speed and different storage section. DVD has different size, different storage, different speed of execution. All these capacities, data transfer rate, data access methods are different in each and every media. Okay, so a file system does what? It is normally organized into directories to easy for easy navigation and usage. And these directories may contain files and their directories. So all over we can say that file system manipulation helps us to read a file, to write over a file, to create a file, to terminate a file. All these things are taken under this service. Next, we have communication services. So in case of distributed operating systems, which we have discussed in previous lecture, which are the collection of processes that do not share memory. Okay, Mul distributed systems don't share memory. They don't share peripheral devices. Also, they don't share clock and operating system. So the operating system manages communication between all these processes. Let's say in my computer system I have three processes, 3, 2 and 1. Okay, all these processes are managed by communication service providers. If we want to share data between these processes, if we want to check the relationship between these processes, all these things are taken under this property. Next is error detection or error handling, we can say it, right? So errors are what? Errors can occur anytime and anywhere, you should all know. An error may occur in CPU, in input output devices, or in memory hardware. Anywhere you can get the error in computer system. So some activities of an operating system with respect to error detection or error handling include the operating system constantly checks for possible error. It is the responsibility of operating system to check for the errors, available error as well as expected errors. Next is resource management or resource allocation. So in case of multi-user environment and multi tasking environment, resources such as main memory, CPU cycles, and file storage are to be allocated to each user or each job. So all these things are taken under the category of resource allocation. Its basic property is to provide or to allot the available resources. Provide the available resources to all the processes that are requesting for these available resources, right? So for resource allocation, we have some scheduling algorithms that are very important. Let's say we have first come first served scheduling algorithm, we have shortest job first algorithm, we have remaining shortest job first algorithm. All these algorithms are used, all these rules are used to for resource allocation. So we will discuss every scheduling algorithm in next video. This is most important topic, right? And last we have is protection. So considering a computer system having multiple users and concurrent execution of multiple processes, so the various processes must be protected from each other's activity. So here protection refers to a process or a way to control the access of program, processes, users and resources defined in a computer system. In simple language, we can say that protection service helps us to save our operating system going to the deadlock. ओके, डेडलॉक से प्रोटेक्शन के लिए हम इस पेज को यूज करते हैं. सम मेजर एक्टिविटीज अंडर दिस सर्विस इज the operating system here ensures all access to system resources is controlled or not. Okay, so this is all about some services provided by operating systems. I hope every point is clear to you. So students, in next video we will cover properties of operating system that is very important for your college or university level examination. So there also we have shared some 7 to 8 properties like spooling, like multi-programming, interactivity. All these are very important basic terms. There we are going to discuss in next video that will definitely help you score good marks in your examination. So thanks for watching this.